Okay, so when wanting to execute the perfect puff, there's three components you want to focus on. The edges, the baby hair, and of course the puff. Focus on those three, girl, and you are guaranteed perfection. Okay, so I'm starting out with old hair. It's about 4 or 5 days old, and I've already picked it out from the day prior. But I'm picking out hair again just to make sure it's fully fluffed and to show you guys how I do it. Of course, if you're doing this style with a twist out, braid out, or wash and go, you don't want to pick out the ends. That's just going to cause frizz and mess up your style. So being that I have an afro, it really doesn't matter here. The frizz is okay. I'm starting out with just plain water in the spray bottle here, just spritzing around the perimeter of my head, just the edges, and then kind of wiping it upwards. You'll see me use this hard bristle brush after applying each item, just to make sure that it's thoroughly through the edges. Here's my Eco Styler with olive oil. I'm also going to apply this just around the perimeter, just on the edges, and just smooth it up slightly. There's really no set amount of how much I use. I just kind of apply it as I see necessary. So I'm spritzing just a little bit more water just because it was getting dry, and I like it to remain a bit damp up until I actually put it up in the puff. Here I'm using a soft bristle brush. I feel like the softer bristles kind of help to smooth it down and really help the waves kind of pop out at you. So I just use that just to make sure everything's thoroughly dispersed through the edges and also get them to smooth out. This little guy may look familiar to you if you've seen my first video. If you have, then you know I just use this little headband here, just a little satin headband, wrap it around the perimeter of my head, and then pull it as a drawstring until I get the size and shape that I want my puff to be. Sometimes I'll double tie the ends, or sometimes I'll just tuck them underneath. Just whatever I feel necessary. Again, with the soft bristle brush, just making sure those edges are nice and laid before I wrap it with my satin scarf. And when I tie it, I don't put them right on the edges. I always push it back just a little bit. I really don't have a reason of doing so. I guess because I don't want that part kind of glued down. I don't want it to be really stuck down like I do the part higher up. Just because later on I'm going to work with those to do something a little different. So I always leave those uncovered. here I'm just kind of shaping my puff while those edges lay. In the meantime, I'm gonna go get dressed or put on makeup. Just give my edges some time to lay while they're wrapped. So I'll be back. Okay, I switched locations just because I wanted to be in front of a natural light to show you guys this part. I feel like you can see it a whole lot better in the natural light than you can under the artificial light. So I'm gonna do the rest of this in front of the natural light. So I just took off the scarf and now I'm gonna show you guys how I lay my edges and the baby hairs. Now this part is a little lengthy for no reason at all, so I'm going to fast forward it in a minute. But I'm basically kind of like a perfectionist when it comes to shaping my edges. I spend way more time on them than I probably should. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward this part. Basically, I'm just dipping the toothbrush in Eco Styler gel and just kind of brushing over the edges and the baby hair until I get the shape that I actually want. Okay, had to slow it back down for a minute just to show you guys this other product I use. Olive Oil ORS Smooth and Hold. I love it. I had it in my previous video with showing you guys my list of products I use. Basically, it's a little paste that I like to apply just to give it some extra hold and shine, and it smells really yummy. So yeah, I use that too. Okay, let's take off this scarf and see what we've got. Yes, look at those edges. Nice and sleek and shiny. Oh, let's see those waves. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, I left the scarf on just long enough to get dressed, and it worked out. So all that's left to do now is just put the finishing touches on the puff. I'm just kind of picking out any dents, anything that looks a little lumpy or weird. Just trying to make it round. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's my high puff. I really hope this helped you out in any way possible. I've had so many questions. I want to thank you guys so much for your support and for watching. Any comments, questions, concerns, leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.